What's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and welcome to Own the Chaos, where we trade over-the-counter stocks and find success in doing so in a great community that I have built with my partner. It's called We Trade HQ. It's absolutely free to join. It's an awesome community full of over 24, almost 2,500 members worldwide, where we help each other grow and become just better traders and improve each other's lives in a positive way when it comes to your finances. So welcome, folks. As always, this is my Stock Watch Sunday live stream. I have 3 stocks that I'm going to be watching this week. And I think that we're going to see a little bit of a turnaround from this past week, which is pretty typically slow overall. You're looking at the market from top to bottom, right? Cryptocurrency, big board stocks, and yes, even the OTC, it all sucked this week, okay? But there was plenty of opportunities to seize, and I hope that you guys took advantage of the lack of volume and the selling. You know, it was just right everywhere, except for Bitcoin. I would wait on that one. Everybody said the bottom's in, and it just keeps tanking further and further. Not bashing it. I really don't think cryptocurrency is going away anytime soon, but boy, is it going through a tough patch here. Let me go ahead and welcome some folks here. Bassmaster Allen, John Adams, sorry about the Steelers, folks. Josh, Janet. So welcome, guys. So the couple of things that I want to cover before we get into the stocks that I'm watching. If you want to look them up while I'm going through my regulatory spiel here, they are going to be INKW, OODH, and LTSN. So those are the 3 that you're going to look up. Before I go there, though, let me just let you know in on some stuff we're doing for Cyber Monday. So if you guys have been interested in buying my course and stepping up your trading career and educating yourself, investing in your own mind, for Cyber Monday, I'm making a special sale just for Monday. It's actually going to start a little bit earlier because if you're paying attention and watching this video live, it's actually active now, and it'll be $75 off. That'll be the final sale that we have before the end of the year on the Own the Chaos course, if memory serves me right. Don't quote me on that, but it's not going to be $75 for the rest of the year, I can tell you that. So $75 off for Cyber Monday on the Own the Chaos course, and you still get that free 30-day mentorship where you go live with me every day at 9 a.m. For 1 hour. To just watch some live trading going on. So $75 off for the course, and then the merchandise store. So and there you go. So Josh is already vouching for the merch that we have. So let me share my screen with you. Actually, I'll pull this up. So Cyber Monday, we're actually doing another. We dropped this down for Cyber Monday as well. So if you go to WeTradeHQ.com, and don't pay attention to this yet, but if you go to WeTradeHQ.com, click on merch. And this is the store. So we have some stuff that if you want to buy it, do you guys, bro? Which I think is pretty freaking hilarious. It's a cool caveat emptor pullover. I know you guys love this BTFD Brad Rushmore meme, so he stuck it on a shirt. And it is ridiculously comfortable, guys. The guy that I work with is state of the art. He's got partnerships with, you know, major stores such as Nordstrom and whatever. Like the clothes are legit. So everything's 30% off. The entire store is 30% off, and we are working out a sweet deal for you as well. If you buy a pullover hoodie, you will get a free We Trade HQ t-shirt for free. So if you buy a pullover hoodie, any of these pullover hoodies here, or even the zip up, if you buy a pullover hoodie or zip up, you'll get a We Trade HQ t-shirt for free. And if you want to know what that looks like, it's just a regular old We Trade HQ t-shirt, nothing special, but you'll get it for free. You'll get one of these for free if you buy a hoodie. Okay? Just wanted to put that out there because, you know, it's Cyber Monday. I want to make sure everybody knows and we're aware. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me make sure that I got you guys with me. All right. So there is purple, though, I think, Janet. So check that out. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's why you are here. INKW, okay? INKW has been so good to me. So good to me. I got in, if you guys have been following along with me up to this point, I got in at 1.6 cents. It's my initial entry. I've told you guys about this for several weeks now. There's so much going on with INKW. It's been amazing. They've done everything the right way. very little front loading going on before I even got in. You know, and you're going to see some of that beforehand, right? But after I got in, since this has happened, okay, let's look at the timeline of events. They got themselves reinstated. They got themselves, or they put all their filings up. They got themselves current, which you can see here. If you're not familiar with this, this is otcmarkets.com. And again, let me just reiterate, this is WeTradeHQ.com. Absolutely free to use. It's real-time trading, real-time chatting, and all kinds of other awesome tools for you to use. So anyway, OTCmarkets.com is where you'll find information on whatever stock you're looking at, such as filings and disclosures, share structure, which INKW has a great one at 109 million float, which means it's real tight and real thin. It just takes no energy at all to move this. It's awesome. So disclosures came out, they got themselves current, attorney letter, all that good stuff. And then what did I tell you guys would most likely happen? We would finally find out what it is that INKW has been up to. The other thing to note is that INKW has no debt. None. No convertible debt, no dilution, zero of it. Okay? So this is what came out, actually, conveniently enough, the day after I put this again on my watch list for Stock Watch Sunday. Monday, this came out. This was a supplemental information kind of to let us know what direction they're heading in. So, Green Concept shareholder that owns a majority voting control of the company through ownership of Series A preferred stock has entered into an agreement to sell the controlling interest of Series A preferred stock to a third party in order to effect the inducement of new shares to merge into the assets of bottling and beverage facility, include land and equipment. Facility will be focused on a variety of beverage product lines, but not limited to CBD-infused beverages, spring and artesian water, as well as enhanced athletic drinks, in addition to other product offerings. Lenny Green will remain working with the company as an interim president CEO as the company affects completion of the asset purchase and integration, in addition to the future transition and appointment of new management to Green Concepts in the near term. Why did I just read all of that word for word? Because it is that important, in my opinion. You know, shareholder to merge in. This is the beginnings of a merger, folks. Now, there's a lot of steps that have to go into place before all of this happens, but this is the first step, okay? INKW has been a great winner for me, and I think that it's going to be probably, and again, this is just my opinion, based off of the history of this stock and what they've done, that INKW is going to give us quite a great December and should be nice by the time Christmas rolls around. So, CBD-infused beverages, check. Spring and artesian water, okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of that out there. But merger and CBD-infused beverages is kind of what I, drew my eyes to. I think this is just going to be a great one, guys. And I think, in my opinion, that with it trading still under 5 cents, that it's still not too high to get into. I think that this is still a low price. My price target, what I think it could potentially get to, anywhere between 20 and 50 cents, I think is a very real and reasonable target to look for as far as the highs for INKW. Maybe it goes even more than that. I don't know. But I don't think that 20 to 50 cents is out of the realm of possibility at these levels. It's just been a steady, nice and easy stair climber up to this point, and I'm already up almost 200% on it. So if you guys have been following along with me and saw the same value in this as I did, then you are also winning quite bigly. All right, next one. This is kind of my dark horse, which is ironically enough what INKW was for me way back a few weeks ago. INKW was also my dark horse at the time because it didn't have all that a whole bunch of information on it, right? Same thing with OODH. Now, they put out a tweet here a month ago. Basically, I don't know. And I don't like to pay attention to the POTUS stuff. I don't like to get political with anybody. But we'll re-inject held fast capital and it will soar like American. I mean, look, this kind of makes me laugh and chuckle. But this is the CEO basically putting something out there that giving us some sort of clue about a month ago that we looking to get filings out and that sort of thing. And it looks as if the volume started to come in on the last couple of days over the Thanksgiving break that may lead us to believe that perhaps these filings are coming out. We see this a lot of times when stocks start moving like this, perhaps potentially there is something that's making it move. So unusual volume on OODH, and actually I got to give credit to Josh. So if you guys can see him actually in our chart or in our chat, Josh going to be green. He actually in my mentorship, guys, if you're not a part of my mentorship, I go live with everybody between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern time, which is the most volatile time of the market, to kind of go over what the plays are going to be for the day, how do we find value, and what have you. So Josh actually found this one before anybody else did. You know, there was hardly any chatter on it on Twitter, social media, anywhere else. He brought it to our attention within the group. Initially, I was kind of like, I don't know about this one. This isn't, you know, but I said that I didn't hate it. And I gave him several, you know, supports and resistances that I thought could be potential entry points. I actually was able to get in around 0050. Come to find out that volume actually came in, and I saw value in this as well. And it saw highs of, you know, 8.5. So this just goes to show you too, okay? I don't like to promote myself as being the best trader there is out there. I just know that I'm very good at explaining stuff and being able to teach people on how to be successful doing this stuff. I'm not the best trader by far. I make mistakes just like everybody else, but I've gotten to a point to where I can just do this full time and do what I love to do. And so this is just a prime example of somebody learning from what we do here at WeTrade HQ, and he's got almost 100% gain on this. So, okay, he got in. I guess he didn't make it in. So, but anyway, look, he got in at 0062, right? It had highs of 008 almost. So it almost had 100% gains, but it barely had any volume to get that moving. And here's why. Security details, if you look in here, the float is super tiny. If this is anywhere near what it was in 2017, I think that it's going to hardly take any buying power to get this over a penny or more. We'll just see how OODH moves out. I don't have a whole lot invested in this. I just took a smaller position just to kind of see what's going on. I basically just bought this based off of you know, volume and momentum that was coming in over the last several days. And Friday I decided to take a position, and it was Josh who brought it to my attention. So there you go. OODH, we'll be watching that one this week. Should be interesting to see how that plays out. And you can bet that it'll be featured on Follow Up Friday. So last one, LTSN. This has been on my watch list for the last couple weeks, but I made my entry around 21, 0021, and it has seen highs of 0042. So now I have already doubled my investment at the height of this. I did actually sell some of that position, so everything that I'm in on LTSN at this point is free shares. So I am just playing with house money at this point, you know, maybe I'll add to this position if there's any kind of real dips. I really wanted to do it on Black Friday. It just seemed like the volume, people were just whacking it down here. There was no volume. It's just people, I don't know, playing games, I guess. I really wanted to capitalize on that, but I didn't. But, you know, maybe the opportunity will present itself later on. I am looking at, and I see that there's potentially a nice little support level at 0026. If you can't get an entry at 0026, it looks like 0034 is also a pretty sweet entry if it gets back up to those levels and breaks that resistance. You know, I think that, well, let me rephrase that. So if you can get in before or under 0034 and it happens to break that 0034 resistance, it could potentially see these highs up above 0040 or more. You know, it remains to be seen what's going on with LTSN. They did update their officers on the SOS, which is the Secretary of State for Nevada. And that's what's actually kind of induced a lot of this buying up to this point. We're still waiting to see what it is and why those officers were all changed. And, you know, I think that is what everybody's waiting for. We'll see what goes on with LTSN. Again, there's a lot of unknowns still with it. But if you're looking at it from a share structure standpoint, it's really not that, you know, nice and thin, which is what we like to see, especially in this market where there's not a whole lot of volume floating around. We want to get into stuff that doesn't take much effort to move it. That's the whole point of looking at the share structure and seeing value there. The other thing is, you know, we're waiting to see if they can get themselves current. Right now they have a stop sign. They have quite a few steps to go to get themselves current. Getting up to date on those filings and getting that attorney letter in to get that stop sign off will be key for LTSN as well. If that happens, I think that we'll see a lot. Even if we see a filing, I think we'll see a lot more volume in here. And as you can see, it doesn't take much to get this thing moving. So there you have it. There are my 3 stocks to watch for the rest of the month. I can't believe we're at the last month of November already. Where has the time gone, people? Unbelievable. But how amazing has it been that you guys have been here with me in the WeTrade HQ family for 5 months now. Been since the end of June, and we have almost 2,500 members worldwide, helping each other grow and being part of the amazing community that we have. So anybody have any questions as far as my stocks to watch, or do you have any tickers that you want us to take a look at? Maybe there's something else out there. And that's a good point, Josh. So Josh just said every week great leads are brought to the mentorship by everyone, and that's absolutely right. The whole purpose of the mentorship and the course that I've built is to be able to give you the tools to be successful, not for you to rely on me. That wasn't the vision. That wasn't what I was aiming to do. And ultimately, we were just looking for ways to be able to keep the site running. So we don't have ads on our, if you go to WeTradeHQ.com, there's no ads all over the place. Everything's free. And we got to find ways to pay for that. So that's why we have the services that we have as far as the mentorships are concerned, the courses, all that stuff. I know there's a lot of negative connotation with people who are selling these courses just to try to get rich off of you. And that's not really what we're trying to do. We're trying to just help you become a better trader and enhance your life and your trading career and do it as cost effectively as possible. So, all right, guys. So let's cut it there. Doesn't look like there's any real questions. And I will see you guys. Oh, wait. Here we go. ACRL volume coming in, share structure good. So let's look at that. All right. We'll take a look at one there for you, Alan. ACRL. And I do a lot of this type of stuff within the mentorship group as well. The advantage is that I do it live with folks so that they can see, you know, where I'm going with it and what I'm doing with it, and is there value to be had here. So for me, Alan, if I'm looking at this from a chart perspective, okay, going all the way back to even just May of this year, hasn't really moved much. I know that you're saying that you see some volume, but this is the daily chart. What I'm seeing here is maybe just a little bit of loading here. I don't see any kind of real action as far as that's concerned. I mean, we saw lows from 0003 to 0006. I don't know what's going on with this. Let's take a look at OTC markets. Oh, here we go. ACRL. So we'll take a look at this. The security details. The floats, if the float is still right around here, I think you're in good shape there. Even if the float's the entire OS, that's not bad at all. Looking at the latest 10Q, one thing that we always, oh, that's the notification late fine, sorry. My bad. Wow. I don't know what's going on with this, but there's a lot of notice of late filings. Stop signs on there. Actually, Alan, I probably would be leery of this. There's not a whole lot of filings going on, and they just keep putting out late filings. They run the risk and the danger here. Are they SEC reporting? Yes, they are. So there's danger here. If they don't get their filings in order, there's danger here of being suspended. So you got to watch out for that, especially if they're SEC reporting. That's a real problem. They have a certain amount of time to get this type of stuff taken care of before they actually get suspended. So ACRL is actually kind of in big trouble here. If they get their filings in order, maybe that's why the volume started to come in. I don't know. It's kind of hard to really determine that from just this little bit of information that we have. But got to be careful with that stuff. If it's SEC reporting and they don't have their filings together, that's a risk. That's a real risk that I'm not sure that I would want to take. Just my opinion. Alrighty, so Harry, just to let you know, we're not a part of Ricky or TechBuzz or anything like that. We're our own entity, buddy. Just to put that out there. Yeah, Alan. So I'm glad you at least saw that, there was no real info. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, no problem. It looks like Josh is helping you out anyway. So, okay, guys, let's go ahead and cut it there. So my 3 stocks to watch, just to recap, is INKW, LTSN, and OODH. Now, just to kind of give you a heads up, been on a nice little streak here lately. Haven't done very well on DIGAF, which is the one that's kind of dropped off the list at this point. Waiting to see what comes out off of that. I did cover that on follow-up Friday, but still, 2 out of those 3 did very well and are still doing very well. So that's the whole point of this and my strategy of diversifying my portfolio. If you haven't figured this out already, I am a swing trader / investor. I'm not necessarily on the day trading side. I personally think that more money can be made on the longer term holds. And people give me a hard time about this, but you got to have the stones to do it down here, especially in the OTC. But if you really want to maximize your profits, in my opinion, this is how I've found success, is to hold on to stuff like this and scale your way out. Lots of people like to scale their way in, but scale your way out as well. And I go over a lot of these buying and selling strategies within the Own the Chaos course. And if you have any direct questions, send me a DM on Discord. I'm not going to charge anybody for that. It seems silly to me. If you have a question, ask it within the group. Send me a direct message. I don't care. I'll be here for you guys all the time. Saturdays I usually try to stay away from Discord as much as I can. But any other time, I answer pretty quickly. So with that, guys, please check out the merchandise store. Again, 30% off for all of Cyber Monday, and the Own the Chaos course is $75 off. It's huge, guys. Almost a full 50%. So I will see you all before the bell. And as always, B Smith is out. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys.